All right, y'all, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm King Tyson. Don't forget to like and subscribe like I always tell y'all to do in the beginning or the end of my videos. Check it out. Before we start, write me at KingTyson713 at yahoo.com if you want my advice about something, you want my opinion about something. Write me, KingTyson713 at yahoo.com. Also, if you like this content, please go to the video tab section of this YouTube channel. Click on the video that interests you. Give me some feedback in the comments. I really appreciate that. So look, I just seen a video of Ray J, man. Ray J was performing. I guess they on the that Bow Wow, the Morion tour. They Trey Songz on there too. It's that little boy band R&B tour. You know what I mean? I can't think of the name of it. But Ray J, I guess he's on the he's one of the acts on the show, man. And Ray J 44 years old, man. So he 2 years older than me, right? And they show Ray J, man. Ray J say, "Ladies, I'm on a budget. What ladies or what woman can I give? I'm trying to spend about $5,000 to $10,000 on for the night." You know what I'm saying? And it don't even look like women was biting on that. And but I seen the video, I laughed, you know what I mean? But at the same time, I was like, damn, Ray J, bro, you middle aged, bro, and you out here begging to give a stranger random woman $10,000 to probably go to your hotel room and for some box, you know what I mean? It's crazy. And you know, it's the same thing almost like I said with the Slim Thug situation. It's like we get a certain age, we supposed to be, our mindset is supposed to be different. We're not supposed to be the same mindset we had when we was 20 years old. And that's why a lot of times the youngsters, they don't respect us because we are not okay, for instance, right? When I remember I was 20 years old, I used to look at an older dude and I used to be like, damn, man, I say, shit, I'm glad I'm young and shit like that. But I remember be like, yo, when I see an older dude handling his business and he settled down or whatnot, I'll be like, well, damn, man, that's probably what I'm gonna do. When I'm ready to settle down, I'm gonna be just like that. You know, I'm gonna be, you know, my wife, kids, possibly grandkids, you know, and just be cool. You know, it's gonna be the life, you know. But if I'm 20 years old, 20 years ago, and I see somebody that's older and they still trying to do the shit I do, it's almost like you ever used to go to the club in your 20s and you see somebody that's in their 50s in the club. Everybody got the newest shit on, and you see an old school cat in the club with a suit on. You like, say, man, what you doing in this club? What you doing in here? You know what I'm saying? You see an older woman, she just out of place at the club. You know, it's almost kind of like that. It's like certain things is for a certain time, you know, and Ray J, Ray J always been wilding out for a long time, you know what I mean? And the thing with Ray J is, bro, Ray J, you got you got a pretty wife, you know what I mean? They going through divorce. They done I think they done divorced like 2 or 3 times, or 5 of the divorce several times and got back together. So I think this is one of the times they on a break. 2 beautiful kids, man. I know they always they've been toxic between each other. But man, Ray J, it's like, it look bad, bro. It look bad, man. Like, you know, and let me say this, man. I'm not here to watch nobody and judge nobody. I'm only talking about it because it came down my timeline on YouTube. That's the only reason I'm talking about it. I know dudes are jumping the comments on my YouTube page, but oh man, why you worried about somebody else, man? You a grown man. Why you worried about? And that be the problem with some of you, man. Like, you know, only in our community we feel like we can't voice our opinion about something, especially if something is public. We should be able to voice our opinion. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying my opinion is always right. I could be wrong. That's why I always tell people in my videos, hey man, do you agree with me or do you not agree with me? Like, am I? You can say some things in the comments. I can be like, yeah, hey, right. I'm mistakenly wrong. I can admit that I'm wrong. I can say that, but it's my opinion. What's wrong with having an opinion? I'm not down talking to people. I just got an opinion. That's just like I did when I did the video, my last video about Slim Thug, and dudes was all in my comments like going hard, like, oh man, you this, you that. You know, the Slim Thug, he got that. Hey, listen, man. Shout out to Slim Thug, man. I ain't got no hate on nobody. I never been a man who hate on nobody. It's never been me. But I'm just gonna voice my opinion on certain things. And I just try to tell my brothers that situations that celebrities can do, we can't do as regular people. But even some of the things that celebrities do, if the shit lame, it's shit lame. I'm keeping it real. And a lot of times people be, and I'm not even talking about Slim Thug, I'm not even talking about Ray J, I'm just saying in general. Sometimes celebrities be celebrities for so long, they don't even realize that they lame. They don't even realize that the shit they do, it ain't right. It ain't cool. But they do it anyway. Nobody tell them, hey, look, man, that shit was wrong in the motherfucker. You tripping. A lot of celebrities be having yes men around them and yes women around them. You know, but then when they get online and they, you know, they do the shit that they do, the shit look lame to people who ain't impressed by that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then they get mad when they so used to people bowing down to them because they celebrity, that if somebody reject them, they can't believe it. You reject me, I'm such and such. You know what I'm saying? And then you get mad and upset, and it make you even lamer because you feel like, because who you are, somebody supposed to just bow down to you. You know what I'm saying? And nah, that's just my opinion. But yeah, the Ray J situation, man, Ray J gotta do better, man. Now, 20 years ago, Ray J probably didn't have to be holding no money up, talking about I got 10,000 who want to do something. He'll just get out the show and he already got the groupies lined up by the tour bus. You know, he ain't gotta do nothing. But man, as we get older, Father Time waits for nobody, no matter who you are. You still gonna, and let me say this, you still gonna have, if you a celebrity, you gonna have some type of groupies or stands or something like that. You gonna have that. That's come with being a celebrity. That's come with being famous. But you being a person that, you know, you once was when you was at your height of your career, it's probably not that no more when you get older, you know, a lot of the times, you know. But I just want my brothers to not look at Ray J and be like, yo, man, this is the shit I want to do. I don't even think Ray J want to be the brother that be like, you know, I want somebody to look up to me, like the youngsters that look up to like look at me and what I'm doing. I think if Ray J had a choice, I feel like Ray J would be, if he really had a choice, be in his marriage, you know what I'm saying? Being with his kids, if he had the choice. But for whatever reason, the two of them just don't click. Him and Princess, his wife, ex-wife, they can't get it together, even though they got a beautiful family. And that's something I want to talk about too to my fellas, is that, you know, we can have a beautiful family, a beautiful wife or girlfriend, and you have kids. And one thing I hate to see, especially young, I'm gonna keep it real. I hate to see young brothers, they family break up. You know what I'm saying? I hate to see that. I like to see, you know, younger brothers in their 20s. You know, my thing is, in my opinion, I would say wait if you can to get married, to have kids. But if you don't, you know, it's always good when you got your girl, your baby, you know, your kids, whatever. Y'all can work things through, man. And y'all just don't know if it's not too toxic. If it's toxic, then get away. But if it's not too toxic, if y'all can work it through, once y'all both mature in age and mindset, then your kids are still together in one household, that really makes a big impact on your kids' life, and it attests y'all loyalty towards each other, you and your lady, you know. That's something I like to talk about on this channel. You know, that's when I create this channel, that's my whole thing about creating this YouTube channel, is for brothers and sisters. When I mean brothers and sisters, I mean black men, black women, or just not just black men and black women. I don't want to put it in a box, but I gotta talk to my people first. But for young men, young women, older men, older women that get together and be unity. That's what it's all about, in my opinion. You know, and I feel like we can unify with each other, because I feel like men and women are in a division, especially black men and black women. We are in a divide, and you know, a lot of it is due to YouTube talking points. A lot of it's due to the internet, far as social media. It's a lot that divides us, and we can't even have families no more because we can't get along. You know, black women are thinking this way, black men are thinking this way, and we not coming together and creating family. So that's the whole point of my YouTube channel, is to give y'all some game advice from my opinion and from my experiences. You know, that we could do better. Because how many times have you seen where you like, damn, I had a good person in my life and I blew it. You know, I had everything in the person I was with, and I it just didn't work out. You know, how many times you thought about that and you wish you could go back, but it's too late. Too much stuff happened and you can't go back. And I can tell you that it's people will have somebody that could have been a soulmate, and because a lot of the times people tend to feel like I'm in my prime, or I can easily get somebody else, that you try to not treat this person right and you start doing your own thing, then that person leaves, and then the people that you thought you was going to be able to just play around with, and if that person leaves, you like, well, I just go to them. And then when you go to them, the situation don't work out, or the next few situations don't work out, and you sitting there like, damn, I had somebody who was right there in my corner. Damn, I had somebody who knew me. Damn, I had somebody who loves my family. I just blew it. And by this time, you don't know how to have kids with this person, then that's another broken family. You know, and that's one thing that people tend to lose sight on, is unity between black men and black women. We lose sight of that. You got women black women now who don't mind. They don't even, being married is not even the option. As long as they got a baby, they fine with that. And I know people try to say, well, marriage is just a piece of paper. Marriage, if you go back in the biblical sense, because there wasn't a marriage license back in the biblical days, it was more of a covenant that you made with God. You know, it was a deep commitment for this person that you want to spend the rest of your life with. You know, and as this new generation, we tend to not appreciate people. When you do have a special person in our life, we tend to take advantage of it. We tend to not be attentive to that person. Because see, when you have peace with somebody, everything is calm, it's cool, it's easy. And see, a lot of times people, you want peace, you want calmness, you want tranquility, but it gets boring. And when it gets boring, then your mind starts wondering. And you're like, well, maybe if I could, and then you start getting off track. And then you lose your family. And I'm here to tell you that it don't be worth it. It really don't be worth it. At the end of the day, it really don't be worth it. Real talk. But we all human. We all can lust and stuff like that. But if you don't act on it, you know what I'm saying? I think you'll be all right. Relationships are work. I say this on my videos. Being in a long-term relationship, being in a marriage is work. You got to work on it. You can't give up. And you got to find somebody who's like-minded like you when it comes to relationships. You can't force a person to be in a relationship. You can't force a person to stay with you because feelings change. Every day, one person, I'm telling y'all, people can love you one day and wake up the next day and say they fell out of love with you. So I just tell people that you gotta you gotta really, men and women, you gotta really vet the people before you marry them. Really vet the person especially before you have kids with them. A lot of things, a lot of headache, a lot of trust issues, a lot of things could be not had if we vet it a little bit better than what we do. And that's men and women. We're not putting this just on women like, oh, women should vet before you gotta do the brothers too. Brothers, you gotta vet who you decide to marry, give your last name to, and who you have kids, who you put your seed in. You know, majority of people want somebody. They eventually want somebody. They don't want somebody right now. Eventually, they want somebody to be in their corner, be there for them. Now, I tell my sisters, you can't wait a man out neither. Don't wait on nobody. I tell a brother, don't wait on nobody. If somebody ain't got their shit together, woman ain't got her shit together, you move on. Ladies, if man ain't got their shit together, you move on. Because you possibly wasting time with people who is not trying to make the same sacrifice you make for y'all relationship. That's real talk. But I'm not going to make this long. I'm going to cut it off right there. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this video. I'm King Tyson. Peace and blessings. One love. I'm out.